Monica Triner here, South Florida Hall of Famer. Have a few questions for you. We're here at the LSU softball pitching camp. Tell me, what type of changeup did you throw?
I started out when I was younger. I would do the palm changeup, and then I didn't really have success with that just because I tried to throw it really hard. And then I changed to the circle change, and then I was pretty good at that, but I felt like I was slowing down my motion, and then I would mess around in the bullpen all the time, just playing around, seeing if I could find something that I liked a little better, that, you know, kind of like had a little like pizzazz to it. And so I started messing around with the knuckleball, and then it took me about 4 years to really get a good feeling for it. And then I just started messing around, tightening fingers, pushing more with my knuckles and all that kind of stuff. And then it started really like dancing around, and it became my changeup that I used in the pro league when I was in the pro league.
Awesome. What's your favorite arm speed drill? You know, we have a lot of things that we try to go to or ways to get them. What's your one thing that when you really want to increase your arm speed that you find yourself going at?
One of the drills that I really like to do, even back in the day when I pitched a lot, I would have a person stand next to me with a bucket of balls, and I would stand in like a drill position, and I'd have them toss the ball to me. And most of them I didn't have a glove on, and they'd toss the ball to me. I'd go around the circle as fast as I could, pitch it and catch it, and I would, I was only like 10, 15 feet away from the net. I would catch the ball, go around the circle, snap it, and just keep going as fast as I can through the whole bucket.
Would you finish your legs in that one, or would you stay stationary?
Most times stay stationary, but then, the more I did it, if I got bored with it, I would go back a little bit farther and then try to get legs. And then the more movement you had, the more I felt like my arm circle was getting looser, because when you start getting tired, you can't stay up here very long, So then it was like I relaxed my arm a little bit more to be able to go around faster.
I think that's a really good key about relaxing that shoulder. So many times pitchers really try to find themselves muscling that ball there, and the looser you can be, the faster you can be. Good point.
And I used to have pictures and stuff like that where I could see my shoulder coming up, and the more I got my shoulders to relax and just hang, then I could make my arm go around faster. And then it realized it when I was doing that drill, because you can't only stay that way so long.
Right. What about spin? If you have a young pitcher who's really trying to increase those revolutions on a ball or get tighter spin, what's your key thing that you really like to train them to do?
A couple of things that I've found that a lot of kids don't realize is that when you grab a ball, your fingers need to be on the laces. Like, I know a lot of kids, if you look at fingers, they'll put the laces here and think, oh, well, my fingers are on the laces, but their fingertips aren't on the laces. So when you get your fingertips on the laces, you can get that rip off of your fingers, get a little bit more spin. Another thing I like to do was rice bucket. Put your hand in a rice bucket, and I put like marbles in a big old rice, like 20 pounds of rice with 100 marbles, and I have the kids dig in there, try to find the marbles and stuff like that. You can do where you go down and squeeze in there. You can just do revelations with your wrists, all that kind of stuff. But those are a couple of things I like to do.
How many times a week would you do those? Did you find yourself, or was that every day?
I know it wasn't every day. It was probably, if I did 3 times a week, that was pretty good, because you don't want to do too much. But I also did, if I do one arm, I would do the other arm, because I didn't want my arms to be off balance, or one to look Popeye, and the other one to be like, what is his, olive oil? I didn't want to look awkward.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So is there any last thing that you have for maybe that struggling pitcher who's just trying to find their confidence and really, looking for things out there? Is there one thing you can tell them about confidence, or where you really found your confidence and how you kept going every day to reach the success that you did?
I really tried to just be me. I think that a lot of kids now are trying to, compare themselves to a pitcher on their team, or compare themselves to the college pitchers, or compare themselves to like a professional pitcher. It's more about, everyone's different. We all pitch in a different level. We all pitch in different things make us all tick. So find what makes you tick and just be great at what makes you tick, and what you're good at. Because when you can be great at what you're good at, then you can be really good. But what happens, I think, a lot of times is a lot of these kids just want to do it for their parents, or want to do it because somebody else is doing it. Do it because you love it, and do it because that's just what you're here to do. And the more fun you have with doing it, the better you can be at it.
Right. No, absolutely.
So.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend.